me today. So, I've got my dressing gown on just to save me clothes, but also it's a little bit cold in this room, even though it's sunny outside. I'm going to just put on my skincare while I'm waiting for you guys to join me. Let's do a little bit of, this magic hydrator mist. No, let's do the vitamin C first. A little bit of skin prep. Oh, somebody's joined. Hello, Rachel. I'm just doing some skin prep while I'm waiting for people to join me. Hello, how are you? Hello, Terry. Hello, Robin. I've got my dressing gown on, but I'm dressed underneath, but I'm just saving my clothes a bit. I'll take it off at the end, my dressing gown. Also, because I'm in the front room and it's quite shadowy in here, it's quite cold, even though it's quite warm outside. Hello, Stacey. Now, apologies, I think, Stacey, you might have been messaging me. I've been in a lot of pain this week, but I'm actually on a bit of top form today because we went to the seaside yesterday, Jack and I, and I think the sea air and everything made me really tired. Came in, went straight upstairs, fell asleep, woke up at 1 in the morning, and then had a couple of hours just reading upstairs and then fell asleep again. So I've had a really long sleep and it's really helped my legs. So I'm just putting on some of this hydrator mist, the Radiant Skin Rescue Essence. And then I'm going to put on some magic cream. And I'm going to tell you, hello, everyone. Hello, Robin. Oh, my sister's just messaged me to say Michael Parkinson has died. Oh, he was born the same day or the same month at least as my mum. Right. I'm going to put on some magic cream. Yes, so you feeling better now, Stacey? Now, I'm combining two things today. I'm actually pretty prepared. I've got all the stuff in front of me, but you know I'm still going to lose it, don't you? Because I always do. Now, I had two basic requests for my live. One was to continue doing the Disney looks, but the other one was for makeup for glass wearers. So I thought today I was going to combine the two. And I was going to do makeup for glasses, but I was going to pick the Disney character that wears glasses so that we can, because actually it's quite clever. So it's called the Spirited Dreamer look, and it's based on Mirabelle. And Mirabelle is the first Disney character to wear glasses. And actually, if you look at the little thumbnail on this live video, you'll see a picture of her. And I was laughing because it looked quite like me again. So I thought it's a good way to combine both ideas, to talk about makeup for people that wear glasses, but also to do the Spirited Dreamer look, because Charlotte's quite clever and she's actually incorporated a few of the ideas that would be good for people that wear glasses. She's not plucked it out of thin air. Now, there are some things that need discussing, but it's just a really great way of just talking to you about glass wearers, because I know why she's picked these particular products for people that wear glasses. So we're going to get into that. I'm just going to put on some foundation. Let's put on... Oh, do you know what? I love my Doll 10 so much. I'm going to do my Doll 10. And I'm going to go around a little bit first, and I'm just going to colour correct, because I love this colour corrector. I just can't get enough of this Doll 10. I've ordered some primer, Doll 10 primer, because I love all the other stuff so much that I wanted to. Now look, if I dot this around, I can almost get away. I'm going to put foundation on, but I can actually go around and dot it around my pigmentation. And I could almost get away in the summer with not actually wearing foundation at all, if I just dot this on my brown marks. Have I tried Perfect Diary Translucent Powder? No. Is that Doll 10? I haven't, Rachel. You're still very poorly. 3 weeks now on a second course of antibiotics. Fed up now. Stacey, have you bought the supplements that you take when you're on antibiotics? I highly recommend them. I will send you details afterwards. They help your gut. They stop you feeling sick, and they just help your digestion. When I always get a course now when I'm on antibiotics, because it makes such a difference. And they are actually supplements specifically for people on antibiotics, and the pharmacist recommended it to me. Now, can you see how I'm just getting rid of... Now, if I put this under this eye as well, this is just colour corrector. The Doll 10 colour corrector. Can you see how I've not even put foundation on? And I'm just deliberately just doing one side to show you how I can actually even out a lot of my skin tone just by dabbing this stuff on. I love it. Look at the difference. Not done? Done. And that's just by dabbing some of this on. And this is going to last me forever. Stacey, I definitely you need to get this supplement. I will send you details. Now, I don't normally make recommendations, certainly medical ones, but I'm quite confident that this is safe because it's specifically designed for people on antibiotics. And also, it was recommended to me by a pharmacist when I was on antibiotics. So it's not going to interfere with your antibiotics. They're called Vitabiotics. You can get them on Amazon. I'll send you the link. And it's for people on antibiotics. It stopped me when I'm on antibiotics for foot infections. They put me on something called flucloxacillin, and it makes me feel sick. And you're supposed to take it on an empty stomach. And you take it on an empty stomach, and then it gives you such horrible like stomach issues. It just makes you feel sick that by the time you've waited an hour to eat, because you can't eat for an hour, you don't want to eat. But when I went to the pharmacist and said, I'm feeling sick, I can't eat on these, and you've got to take them. And he said, try these. And I took them, and it removed all the nausea, all the feeling rubbish. It was a miracle worker. And I've always got a spare week's course in case I suddenly get put on antibiotics. Right, that's just my colour corrector now. You can see why I'm loving Doll 10. And I can't wait to try the primer because that I've ordered some, and it also gives you a bit of coverage, and a glow, and it helps the makeup stay on. So I'm just really into Doll 10. Now, I keep applying this with a sponge, But I should use the brush that it came with. Again, I haven't got that ready and I don't know where it is. So I'm just going to put it on with the sponge again. Oh, listen, I get being on strong antibiotics because when you've got lymphedema and you've got an infection in your leg, as I did before, they have to give you a bigger dose. And it's to do with the fact that because I've got lots of fluid in my leg, it waters down the effects of any antibiotics going to them. So they have to double up the dose, the normal dose. So when you look at the packet and it says the normal dose is, mine was double the dose. So don't worry, it works even when you're on really strong doses. Hello, Mrs. Moe. I'm looking gorgeous as always. Thank you. I feel better for a good night's sleep, I have to say. Stacey, you won't lose your lovely subscribers. Look at me. I'm only putting out lives every week at the moment because of my medical issues. The people that are loyal to you will not go. Look, I haven't lost my loyal subscribers. You'll be fine. Right. So that is, I'm just going to put on a bit of, now, concealer, the Doll 10 concealer. Where's my Doll 10 concealer? Here it is. I almost don't need it, but it sort of brightens under my eyes. So I'm going to put some on. And I got this in a shade that's lighter because I like to brighten under my eyes. And I'm probably putting too much on, but I don't care. I've had a few makeup-free days. And I'm also, the other reason that, let's get into glasses wearing, I actually think, personally, now, when we're talking about what makeup to wear with glasses, first I need to say something and then I'm going to get into what I was about to say. First of all, like any rules, if any of the tips are things that you just don't feel comfortable with, then don't do it. First and foremost, it's got to be something that you feel comfortable with in your own skin. But I'm a firm believer that when you wear glasses, that it, again, my personal opinion is that you look better with a decent coverage rather than a kind of very natural, hardly there coverage on your skin. I just think it looks more polished when you've got good coverage, evened out complexion when you're wearing glasses. I just think you notice it more. And also, I get that thing around the bridge of my nose, and I just think it just generally looks better. Personal opinion. And when I've noticed other people, like lovely, I don't know if Nina's here at the moment. Nina wears glasses. I've always noticed that when Nina's wearing glasses, she's got such a flawless complexion and a flawless sort of makeup base. And it definitely makes a big difference when you're wearing glasses. So that's the first thing. And in terms of eye brightening, I would definitely, if you're wearing glasses, I would definitely use a brightening concealer under your eyes. So I would go a shade lighter to brighten under your eyes, because it's going to be behind glasses. So you're going to need to kind of intensify the look that's going to be behind the lens, okay? Now I'm just going to put on some powder. And again, I would say use brightening powder under your eyes. So I'm going to use Charlotte's brightening powder under my eyes. And then you can use a normal one. I don't like using this all over the face because it's brightening. I like to just target it in areas where you'd want to highlight. So you can kind of sweep it up at the side here like you would any highlighter. And I would take it under the eyes like this. And to balance it out, I would highlight down the centre of my nose with it. And I'd also put it into these nasolabial folds, just kind of as it makes you look younger. The less of a defined nasolabial fold, the younger you are. Look back at pictures of when you were younger, and this is not as defined. As you get older, it gets more and more defined. Okay, it just immediately makes you look younger. Bit on the chin. So this is my brightening powder. Right, and then the rest of the powder, I would put my normal powder. Now, the other thing is, I think especially when you wear glasses, again, you do want to set your foundation. I know we're all into glowy looks, but where the glasses sit, you're going to end up with it anyway, but you're going to end up with foundation on the nose part of your glasses, because it will get warm under there. And so to save the transfer onto your glasses as well, you want to make sure that you set your foundation. And don't forget, just because you're putting powder on, this Charlotte's Airbrush Flawless powder, I'm kind of putting this all over. So I'm covering a little bit of where I've put the brightening powder. But you can actually go and go and go and go and go with this. And it's not going to look too matte and flat. That's the beauty of Airbrush Flawless powder. But also, if it's starting to look a bit flat, you can always spray it with setting spray. But after half an hour, it will all have merged anyway. Even if you don't put setting spray, it will all have merged together and with that foundation, and it will look less matte and flat. But it will just make sure that especially around these areas here, where your glasses tend to sit, that you're not going to get it all melting off. Okay? You see, I just swept a lot of that on, and I still don't look too matte and flat. You always use powder, old school. But you see, the old school is good because it's all right having all this glowy, skin-like appearance. The problem is with that is that if you just put lots of glowy things on and you don't set any of it with powder because you want to look glowy, what starts out looking glowy and skin-like then looks sweaty and a bit of a mess. And the thing about powder is it does set your foundation. So old school is actually probably a good thing. You apply your trick to my mouth area after using a mask. Good. And also the other thing is, this is a tip by Daniel Sandler with powder. I've just gone and put here it is if you actually put, you've reminded me, Mrs. Moe, that if you put powder on first, onto your lips, then your lipstick, then blot your lipstick, and then put some more powder over it, and then put a second layer of lipstick, it's going to last a long time. So powder, lipstick, blot the lipstick, powder. I'm going to do it in a minute in case you forget. And then, yeah, so powder, lipstick, blot lipstick, powder, lipstick. Got that? Powder, lipstick, blot lipstick, powder, lipstick. So you've got 2 coats of lipstick on. It will last a lot longer. And if you've got the little lines around your mouth, it will stop it bleeding. Okay, now when you're wearing glasses, everything, now it also does, there is a big, by the way, these are so scratched now. I've got to get these done. Got to get my teeth done. I've got to do my eyes. I've got to do a lot of things that are getting held up at the moment because of my poorly knee. But when you put your glasses on now, it's going to depend on your frames. You can see I have got quite big frames. I like big frames. I went to little ones in the 90s and then I went back to large frames, but they're not kind of Deirdre Barlow Coronation Street ones. But you can see they're quite large. Now, right, I'm just looking at your comments. Right, so one of the things is makeup for glasses. It's not quite as straightforward because there's a couple of variables that you need to consider. So first of all, as I told you, is if you have problems seeing distances, then your glasses, your lens is going to make your eyes look smaller. And if you have glasses for reading, your lenses are going to make your eyes look bigger. Now, these are varifocals. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to demonstrate this, but if I hold these down here, right, the top part is for distances, right? Looking at distances. Now, if I put these up here, yeah, look. Now, can you see how immediately my eyes are bigger? They look bigger. And then I'll put them down there and they look smaller. I'm going to show you that again. So, wearing glasses for distances makes your eyes look smaller. Wearing glasses for reading makes your eyes look bigger. And that's the actual size of my eyes. So I'll do it again. Sorry to repeat myself, but just so that people take this in. So if you're short-sighted and have problem with distances, then your glasses are going to make your eyes look smaller. If you have long-sightedness and have problem with reading, your glasses are going to make your eyes look bigger. And if you've got varifocals, they'll be somewhere in the middle. You're going to have the bottom looking a bit smaller and the top looking a bit smaller and the bottom looking a bit bigger, right? And that's the normal size of my eyes. So that's the first variable. Thank you. The first variable is, are you wearing them for reading? Are you wearing them for distances? Now, the thing is, if you're wearing them for reading, you probably don't wear them all the time. You probably take them on and off. If you're wearing them for distances like me, you probably wear them all the time. In which case, your eyes are going to look smaller than they really are. Okay? They are going to look smaller as opposed to bigger like that. So the majority of people that we're dealing with here are people that are going to be, their glasses are going to make their eyes look smaller. Then the next variable is the actual frame. What are your frames like? Are they quite big? Or are they quite small? Do you have like, some people only have half a frame on their eyes. Some people like mine have got these big, large frames that go all the way around. Some have got nothing on the top. So you can see like there's no line here. So all of that is going to sort of factor in what kind of makeup. But on the whole, what you want is what you've put on your eyes is going to be less noticeable when you've got your glasses on, because it's behind a sheet of glass, so it's going to be less noticeable. So you can afford to go for brighter colours. You can afford to go for more light reflective colours, because they're going to be more noticeable than if you're not wearing any glasses at all. So you definitely can opt for brighter colours, things like glitter as well. They're going to look stunning under glasses, because again, it's a bit like when you're stage makeup, which is what I trained in, is that when you're on stage, everything's got to be 10 times bigger than it would be if you were wearing makeup for an everyday look. And it doesn't have to be 10 times bigger for glasses, but it needs to be bigger and brighter for it to be seen if you want it to be noticed. Now, having said all that, yeah, it's still supposed to be winter here, but not cold. I think we're in for a very hot summer. Having said all that, right, Charlotte has picked for Mirabelle, the only Disney glass wearer, she's picked the sophisticate look, which you might think, hang on a minute, Ali just said about colour, and she's picked the matte flat palette. Why has she done that? I know why she's done that, and I'm going to start applying it, and I'm going to show you why. She's done it because what it does is this palette is a brilliant palette, and it's a good palette for everyone in that it might look a bit boring, but it's really good at sculpting your eyes and defining your eyes, especially if you've got hooded lids, but also if you're a glass wearer. So although it's a sort of dark brown and it looks sort of quite dull, I'm going to demonstrate to you why she's chosen this particular palette. I'm going to put it on this eye. This one's actually, you can see, more hooded than the other. And I know I've used this before, because basically what she's done here is use the sophisticate look. Now I'm going to put the prime shade on first, now I'm just going to show you. If I just put the prime shade on, first of all, over the entire eye, and I'm just going to do one eye to start with, just putting on the prime shade when you're a glasses wearer is immediately going to brighten up that eye under glasses, okay? Immediately, hopefully, it's going to be subtle, but I'm going to just show you. I'm going to put on the glasses. It's probably because they're scratched and you're seeing a lot of light in there. You probably don't notice, but it's brightened my eye. It's kind of made it look a little bit brighter than this eye, okay? But then you get into these, and these are matte sculpting shades. So I'm going to go in with the enhanced shade. Right, and I'm going to just start by putting a bit on the outer corner, sort of halfway across the mobile lid, and then taking this up into the socket. We're going to build this up, and as we build it up, you're going to see why she's chosen this palette. Now, can you see how this is sort of starting? I'm just going to put a bit of that prime shade on again on my lids. It's starting to kind of define the eye a little bit more. Give it a bit of a shape, bit more of a shape to it. And I'll take a little bit underneath. And again, may not notice this yet, but if I put on my glasses, again, hopefully it's not great. It's because of the shining, you can't really see too much. But if I show you that, you can see that it's already sort of making a bit of a difference. Then I'm going to start taking the dark smoke shade, which is this neutral brown. Now, this looks like a shadow. It's a shadowy brown. It's a grey brown. So it's going to really mimic the shadow in your socket. And I'm going to cheat this, and I'm going to take this a bit higher than where the actual dip is. And by the way, don't worry about the dark shades of the Sophisticate, because it actually blends like a dream, this palette. And I'm also using my Sonia G brush, which also helps a lot. So I really want to accentuate the socket, right? And then I'm going to take a smudge brush so that I get a little bit more targeted pigment, and I'm going to just really just dab that into this outer corner, because I want it to be really obvious where the socket is in my eye. Now, I haven't even got into the pop shade yet, but I'm going to put on my glasses again. Now, can you see it's giving me a bit of definition? Now, it's still not doing a great job because I haven't started to work yet on my mobile lid. Did I get pink Azamali? No, I didn't. Not yet. I'm still considering it. Right. Now I'm going to go in with the smoke shade, which is slightly warmer. But this time I'm going to go in with the smudge brush, because I just want to, again, target it, layer it up and target it right in here and into the socket. I don't want to blend this out too much. I want to blend it a bit, obviously. You don't want a line, but I don't want it to disperse too much. I want this to look like a shadow. There's somebody at my front door, apparently. But it may be the neighbours. So I'm dotting that. And by the way, if you're not very good at blending, you can get away with so much more when you're wearing your glasses anyway. Even if it's not that well blended, you're not really going to see it that much under the glasses that it's not been blended out. But can you see how I'm dabbing it? Because I really want to accentuate. Now, if I was wearing this without glasses, it would look very makeup-y, like I've got a really sort of heavy eye makeup on. Okay, now let me just take this brush and just slightly blend out the edges like that. But now if I put on my glasses, I'm having to pull it up so you don't see the reflection, but I think you'll get to see what I mean. It's starting to accentuate my eyes a bit more. So where they make them look smaller, bigger, you're seeing the socket a bit more. Right? And then, but this is also great if you've got hooded lids. It's the same sort of thing as hooded lids. You want to get that smudge brush. It's very good, actually. It's very targeted. It's a great one to have in your toolkit. And the great thing about Charlotte Tilbury is she doesn't sell 5 million brushes. The CT56 and the CT152 and the CT... She says, actually, you don't need that many brushes, right, for makeup. You need one to blend, and you need one for a bit more targeted, and you need a liner brush. Now, talking about liner, so the other thing that is in this look in terms of liner is her powder pencil. And her powder pencil in the classic brown, which was once known as, do you know what? I think I've got the wrong one here. This is the Sophia, I think. and I wanted the Audrey. Silly me. Let me see if I can find the Audrey. Because she's got two powder pencils. One is a lighter brown and one is a darker brown, classic brown. And I've picked up the lighter one because they actually look quite similar and they're not marked on the... They're not marked on the pencil. Where's my classic brown one gone? So I did get these ready, but I picked up the wrong one. But it doesn't matter. I can still use this one. But it's not quite as good as the Audrey. What we used to... I call it the Audrey still, even though it's called dark brown and light brown or something. Because I still remember what it was like before. And I can't find my Audrey pencil. Never mind. I'll use this one, which was called the Sophia. I'm just going to sharpen it. So basically, you want a dark brown pencil. Now, the reason for a dark brown is it's better than black. Black's going to look too harsh under the glasses. So there's a reason why she's picked these. Now, the other thing, as I've said before, and I'm going right in close, I'm almost tight lining, but on top of my lashes, because I don't want to take up too much space on my mobile lid. So imagine tight lining, but over your lashes. You can also tight line underneath, but when you're doing it over the top, just imagine that you're, I call it tucking it under the duvet. Right, and then I'm going to wing that out and take it underneath. The other thing, you're going to know my other little tip, which I use. I'm deliberately only doing one eye. I'm going to do the other one off camera later on. The other thing is to put a navy blue in the corner, but that brings out brown eyes. But it will also be really good under glasses, right? Now, the other part of wearing glasses is your absolutely essential piece of kit is to get yourself a sharpened Rock and Coal in Eye Cheat. Now, Charlotte does one called Eye Cheat, which is good. And Victoria Beckham does one, which is also good. You can get other brands as well. I'm going to show you the difference between the Victoria Beckham one and the Charlotte Tilbury one, because I know that all my viewers are really into kind of Charlotte Tilbury, Victoria Beckham, but you can get drugstore ones as well. And the Maybelline ones are quite good. So here is the Victoria Beckham one. Here is the Eye Cheat from Charlotte Tilbury. Now, the Eye Cheat, I quite like that shade because it's got a bit more pink in it. And it's a little bit more vibrant, especially if you're wearing glasses. Now, Charlotte, of course, has got the other ones in these double-ended. I tend to think this one, the original one, is the best. I'm just going to show you because they're not all the same. So the one that's called Cheat Sleep Liner is here. So this one is the Charlotte Tilbury Eye Cheat. This one is the Cheat Sleep one, which has got even more pink in it, as you can see. And then the other one, which is called Enhance Magnifying. I thought this one was called Exaggerize, but that might be another one. Again, I think, oh, this is called the Super Nudes one. Is here. So the Super Nudes one is quite similar to her Eye Cheat, but they're not the same. And then she's got an Exaggerize one, which I'm not sure what I've done with that one. But I've got an exaggerised one as well. But I would definitely go for the original, which is this one. This is a must if you wear glasses, because it will just brighten up under the eyes. If you don't wear glasses, this one is quite bright and it's quite obvious that you're wearing it, as you can see. And you do need to counteract that. Excuse me a minute, I've just got to wipe my nose off camera. Have I got a tissue somewhere? No, I'm going to have to be disgusting because this is going in the wash again. Use my sleeve. Right. So, you can see it looks quite obvious, but it won't once you put your mascara on. But if you look now at this eye, you don't have black anymore. It looks too harsh. That's fine. Look at the brown. And this one is the lighter brown because I couldn't find my darker brown. It's fine. It looks great. Now, can you see when I'm wearing my glasses how that has defined my eye? Now, if Nina was here, I know she's not able to join today, but I can hear Nina saying, well, yeah, but it's a bit boring. It's all brown. Don't worry, I'm going to get onto that. What we've done now is we've defined the eye shape. And my eyes started to water now. Right, we've defined the eye shape. Can you see that? There we go, look. Now, can you see this is because it's making my eyes look bigger. But we've actually said, look, there's my eyes. They're not sinking away. There it is for short-sightedness. There it is for reading. You've already made the eye look bigger. Now, my other tip, and it would work equally as well for brown eyes, for hooded eyes, and for glass wearers, is I would definitely then take just in the corner, and this bit I didn't get ready either. Right, I'm going to use the Estee Lauder one. This is a double wear, and it is a navy. Now, the thing about navy is it will just give you a little bit of a contrast, and I'm going to put that on in the corner if my eye will stop watering. Just in the corner, because it will supply a contrast with that brown, and it will make your eyes pop. You won't necessarily see it as navy, but it will just make the eyes pop. It will look like it's just a dark liner, but it just further makes the eyes pop. And can you see that? And then again, I'm going to show you with the glasses on. Right, now you do need to curl your lashes and you do need to put mascara on, right? So I'm going to just do my lashes. I'm not going to curl them because I haven't got my lash curler out, but I'm going to just put some Pillow Talk, and you need a good curling mascara. And I do think Pillow Talk is one of the best curling mascaras on the market. You know, when Charlotte does something really well, you know I'll shout about it. And when she does something bad, I'll also shout about it. So this, up to now, apart from the blue liner and the eye cheat, is all part of this Disney look, which is called, I've forgotten what it's called, and I had it written down, and I've lost my bit of paper. The Something Dreamer look. I'm deliberately doing one eye to show you at the end the difference when you're wearing glasses. And I will complete the look on my other eye off camera. And this is the eye that is more hooded. So it's actually worse than that eye. And I deliberately did the worst eye. Because otherwise, if I'd done the better one, you just said, well, that one's going to look better anyway. Now, the thing about the sophisticate look is it's still going to make your eyes look bigger, but you're missing out any kind of colour or any kind of glimmer. Now, where you want to adjust this, if you're wearing glasses, is you can afford to adapt this and put something shimmery on your mobile lid. And that's where I'll go and just get one of my pigments. And I'll go for something really light and maybe a little bit colourful. What's this one look like? Yeah, why not? I'm going to go for this one, which is called Frosting, which looks quite lilac-y, actually. But again, the colour underneath the glasses, you know, again, it will just accentuate your eyes. Now, I've just tipped some into the lid. This one's called Frosting, which looks like that. You could go for something lighter than that, but this is going to reflect the light a lot. And I'm just going to put that on my mobile lid. So it's giving me a pop of colour, but it's also quite light reflective. And I'm going to take it higher up. I'm going to cheat a bigger mobile lid than I have because of my hoodedness. And I can afford to be a bit bolder because I'm putting glasses over the top. So it's going to, you can afford to go in a bit bolder. And this is where you can also afford to wear your glitters, like with Love Cosmetics glitters. They would look really nice. And I know that Nina uses them a lot and they look, thank you, Stacey. Stacey said it's called the Spirited Dreamer. Now, can you see now if I put my glasses on? I just wish you didn't get this stupid reflection in my glasses because you can't see what I'm doing. Like, you can't see what I'm trying to demonstrate. But if I hold that up there, can you see? Immediately, it's my eyes are looking bigger behind the frames because I've got defined socket. I'm accentuating the features of my eyes, but I'm putting light on the socket. Now, even though that's quite light, it's not as light reflective as I'd like. So in the center, I'm going to put something like, I wish my eyes had stopped watering. I think that must be a rock and coal formula. I want. And I thought I had it here. I do have it here. I wanted the original one, really. No, I don't want that. I was going to put Goldgasm, but it wouldn't look right with that lilac. Come on, highlighters. I want a nice highlighter here. And I must have one around me somewhere. If not, I'll just pick another pigment. Let me pick another. I've got a highlighting pigment somewhere. Here we go. This one, Shooting Star, that'll do it. Shooting Star is very bright. Because I want a little bit more of a oomph, of a sparkle on my lid, especially in the centre. Hello, Shahina. Now, can you see how even for hooded lids, forgetting people that wear glasses, How that's made my eye look so much bigger. And again, you know, I've probably not blended that perfectly, but it doesn't matter because once I put the glasses on, now you can see it, look. I'm really accentuating my eye. So, I told you this was going to be a bit of the dreamer look, the spirited dreamer look, but it was also going to be about wearing makeup if you're wearing glasses. Now, the whole thing about this is like, definitely don't be afraid of colours on the eyes when you wear glasses. Even though the sophisticate look is not the most colourful palette, I can see why she used the sophisticate look because it really defines the eye and it gives a shape to the eye when it's hidden behind glasses. Now, I'm not going to have time to do the other one, but I'll do that off camera, as I've said. Now, the other thing that's in the Spirited Dreamer look is the Matte Beauty Blush Wand in Pillow Talk Peach Pop. I haven't done my brows yet. And of course, it's very important that you do define your brows when you're wearing glasses. So I will do that. Again, I might do that off camera, but you need to really make sure that they're shaped nicely because they're going to kind of frame your frames. If you don't wear glasses that have got a frame at the top, even more important, because you've got nothing there and it kind of will complete the frame of your glasses. But if you've got a frame to your glasses as well, you just want to make sure that you've got the shape sitting above. Okay, so that's really important to do that. But now I'm going to put some of this. This is part of this dreamer look. And this is the Matte Beauty Blush Wand in Pillow Talk Peach Pop. Please stop watering. Hang on, I'm going to try Lisa Eldridge's tip. She says to open your eyes and go, take some deep breaths in with your eyes open. It's supposed to stop your eyes watering. Right. Oh, look at that. Lovely coral. I've forgotten how nice this one is because I've been favouring the Pillow Talk one, the more muted one, but that's really pretty. Now, for the lips, for the Spirited Dreamer look, it is the new Flawless Lip Blurs. Where's my bit of paper gone? In something blur. Can somebody look it up for me? Because I'd written it down and I've lost my bit of paper. It's the Flawless. Oh, it's all right. I found it. I found my bit of paper. So it's the Honey Blur Flawless Lip Blur. Okay. That is what's in the Spirited Dreamer look based on Mirabelle. Now, I don't have a Honey Blur Flawless Lip Blur because I only got one. I only got a red one. But it's basically a peachy nude lipstick. Now, you know that Charlotte does equivalents in all her lip formulas. You can get equivalents. And to be quite frank, when it comes to Charlotte Tilbury and nude peach lipsticks, because that's what the Honey Blur is, a nude peach lipstick, it's easier to tell you which of her lipsticks are not nude peach than the ones that are. But I'm going to give you some examples. So some examples of other peach nude lipsticks if you don't have Honey Blur, which I don't have. In the Limitless Lucky Lips, you could use Spice Bloom. The Honey Blur in the Lip Blur. Catwalking in the Matte Revolution. Sexy Lips in the Superstar formula. Bitch Perfect in the Kissing formula. The Super Nudes, you've got Runway Royalty. Hot Lips, you've got Angel Alessandra. You've also got JK Magic. Another kissing one is Nude Romance. Hyaluronic Happy Kiss, you've got Enchanting Kiss, you've got Happy Peach and Happy Petal. They're all nude peach lipsticks. Now I'm going to show you this one first, but then I'm going to tell you also about glasses wearers and what is good to wear on your lips when you wear glasses, right? But let's put on and complete this look. So this look, she uses Foxy Brown on the lips as a lip liner. And then I'm going to pick out of that list of nude peach lipsticks. I have it here. Come on. I put it here. Where are you? There you are. I picked Runway Royalty, which is going to be very like the matte lip blur in Honey Blur, but it's just the kissing formula. It is a kissing formula, this one, isn't it? Runway Royalty, I'm sure it is. Yes, it is. So this is very similar. It's just a different formula. Now, as you can see, I've only done one side of my face, right? And I've adapted it slightly with a bit of colour on my lids and a bit of sparkle on my lids, just to make my lids. Let me just finish off by doing my brow. I'll do a quick brow. I'll do a bit of gimme brow. By this is Gimme Brow number 5 by Benefit. It's just like a brow mascara. And again, I'll just do it on this side. And I'm just going to draw in a bit of a heightened brow with my brow pen. My Beverly Hills brow pen. Just to give my eye a bit more of a lift. Something has really irritated that eye. I think it was the eye cheat. Look, my eye's streaming. Okay. Go away, streaming eye. So now I'm going to show you, if you wear glasses, can you see without look? Because I'm facing the light, you see, you're getting the reflection. But I hope you can see what a difference it makes when you've got that kind of look on your eyes. It's just defined my eyes. Now, the last thing I'm going to say, you can see it. Good. And that's why I didn't want to do this eye, because I wanted to show you the difference. Short-sightedness. Can you see how I've made it look bigger for short-sighted eyes? And then long-sightedness makes it look bigger, but that just defines the eye a bit more. Okay? Now, what I will say is I personally think, and certainly with my glasses, again, this is going to depend on your frames. But because my frames are quite dark and bold, I think this kind of gives a bit of an unevenness to my face. So although I do love this lipstick, Runway Royalty, I think personally, if you're wearing frames like this, I think personally you are better off with a bolder lipstick, because otherwise you've got all this going on your eyes, and you've got the dark frames, you've got the defined look, and then you've got a very nude lip, and it kind of looks a bit uneven. And I think that's why I often opt for a bright red. And I'm going to show you the difference, which is going to be a bit awkward because I haven't actually bought any tissues with. Yes, I have. Oh, whoopee-doo, I've got some wipes here. So I'm going to show you the difference. It looks a nice lip, but if you see, if I was wearing this look without, this is a really nice lip. And I do like it. But with glasses on, I personally think a brighter lip is the way to go because of these frames. But it's because of these frames. If you've got one of those frames that is, you know, the metal frames that are almost, or you're missing the top and you've got very see-through frames, I think that would be perfect. But if you, like me, and you've got dark, big frames, I think you kind of need to, I'm just grabbing anything now just to show you, because I don't know whether I've got any dark lipsticks around me, but I think you need, what is this? Lip Define Pencil by number 17 by Boots. I remember this is one that Stacey recommended me. Actually, this is a very good lip pencil. It's not too creamy. I'll tell you the colour of this in a minute. I'm just going to grab a red lipstick. I wish my eye would stop watering. Just hold on a second. Excuse the mess in the background. I can actually get up quite well today, although my knee just clicked. I'm just going to grab my lipsticks and we'll go for a bright red. Oops. Let's go for a bright red. Here we go, Lucky Cherry. Perfect. Now, Lucky Cherry's quite bright, but I've got something a bit darker underneath, so it won't be as bright. Now, I personally think when you've got glasses now that looks more even because I've got the dark frames. But it's up to you. But if you can see the difference. Now, if I wasn't wearing glasses, it obviously, if you're a bit shy of wearing red lipstick, that is more in your face. But once you've got your glasses on, it doesn't look as bold because the glasses are counteracting. Can you see what I'm saying, or am I making sense? To me, it's about kind of counteracting. But again, this is because of the frames that I'm wearing. If you're wearing smaller frames and they're more see-through, then the first lipstick would be fine. And it's still quite defined and it looks fine. If you're wearing dark frames which is taking over your eyes a lot more. I think you need to balance it out. It's all about balancing. So you can see from this eye as opposed to this eye. This eye will not stop watering. It must have been. I'm sure it was that rock and coal. I must stop wearing her rock and coals. I'll have to start wearing the Victoria Beckham one. Mind you, I didn't sharpen it, did I, either? I didn't sharpen it. And I normally do. Right. Anyway. Come on, stop watering now. I'm doing the Lisa Eldridge again. What did she say? Hold your nose and... No, it's hot. Shut your mouth and go like that. Right. So I think you can see the difference with your glasses on and without makeup on. I've defined that eye. That one's different. And that's, hopefully, I've covered with you all, both things, which is a Disney look and makeup for glasses. And also, can you see if you've got hooded lids? This one was more hooded. I've actually defined that eye a lot more. And this eye looks smaller, even though this is the less hooded lid. Your papa always expected to see us with makeup on. If we didn't, he'd say, "Where's your face?" Do you know what? That's when my dad, you remember when my dad had his stroke, first of all, and I kept taking my makeup into hospital because I kept crying and it was all getting washed off. And I said, if he sees me, if he wakes up and sees me without makeup on, he's going to know how ill he is. And so I deliberately put my makeup on because he's used to me wearing makeup. And your dad loved bright lipsticks on us. I do remember when my sister was getting married years ago, we went to this wedding fair and my sister talked me into having a makeup and I wasn't one for allowing... I didn't enjoy getting made up by other people. I don't mind as much now because it gives me ideas. But I didn't like anyone else doing my makeup. And I kind of got talked into it. And this was before I'd ever plucked my eyebrows. And my eyebrows were really bushy. I mean, they were eyebrows that you would dream of now. They were really bushy, sometimes met a little bit further in the middle. They were really out of control. And then I went and got them all plucked out and wish I hadn't. But as a result, I never did anything to my brows other than brush them up because there was no need. This woman did my brows. And I'm not joking you. I looked like the Incredible Hulk. And then she put on this really pale brown on my eyes. And this lipstick, which was a horrible colour on me. It was a really nude, flat lipstick. And I came out and I went to meet my dad at this fair. And my dad said, "Oh my God, get that makeup off your face. It looks awful." And we were all laughing. And I said to my sister, "There's no way I'm having a makeup artist do my makeup on your wedding day. I'm sorry. I know that it's your wedding day and what you do on your face is fine. And what I wear is up to you, etc., etc. But what I put on my face is going to be put on by me. And I will consult you about colours or whatever, but no one's going near my face." What a difference, hey? Right, well, I'm going to come off in a minute and I'm going to do my other eye. I'm going to do a photo, first of all, of this. And then I'm going to do my other eye, and I'm going to do the other lipstick as well, and take a few photos, and I'll put them on Instagram. And yes, please, the steps. You want the steps. Okay, well, also what I will do is, Mrs. Mo, when you say yes, please, the steps, what would you like in the description? Because I can put stuff in the description. Do you want me to go through the kind of important aspects for glass wearers in my description bar? Would that be helpful? Because I can do that. I'll add it to my description later on. I'll do that. This is great if you got hooded lids. You had lip liner put on by a CT makeup artist once. It looked awful. Why did it look awful, Stacey? What did she do? Was it one of those? Yes, Bushra. I keep forgetting, Bushra, that you're Mrs. Mo. Thanks, Terry, for reminding me. Why was it awful, Stacey? Tell us more. It was definitely that eye cheek. I'm going to be interested. I'm going to do exactly the same on my other eye and wait to see when my eye waters. It's quite good, this foundation, though. Look, it's not coming off. A little bit, maybe, but not that much. Was it because she did too much dark on the outside and then put really pale on the inside? I know that's a big thing at the moment. I've seen a lot of young people doing really dark liner and then really pale lipstick. I'm not a fan. She overlined the top. They did their signature Cupid bow. I look like a clown, no joke. Now, you see, that works so much better when, you know, last week I blended it in. So if you're going to do a dark lip, but blend it so that it looks, then it makes your lips look fuller. And also, those lips probably do look good on camera. Like if you're doing an Instagram post or on stage or at a distance, because it makes your lips look fuller. But the minute you come close up to someone in real life, it looks ridiculous. Oh, Stacey tried to say so too. Thank you, Stacey, for reminding me. I forget, you see. I forget all your pseudonyms. Jack? Yeah. Come here a minute. I've done one eye and not the other. What do you think?
They don't look the same.
No, but what do you like this eye? He says, I don't know. I'm just a boy. How would I know?
I don't have an opinion on makeup.
No, he doesn't have an opinion on makeup. Okay, fair enough. That's the right answer. The right answer, or it looks great, Mum, you look beautiful, or I don't have an opinion on makeup. Both acceptable answers.
Pulled on the sandal and it made a weird sound.
Oh, dear.
Oh.
What? What?
That's why it made a weird sound.
What? I can't. I'm on a live. Just tell me.
So here, I didn't even notice it before, but there is a bit of a crack in the wall. It's fine.
Okay.
It's a tiny crack. They won't notice.
Okay.
Hopefully.
It's probably because I've been using it to lean on.
It was there before, so yeah.
His face said it all. It was hilarious. I'm going to give you a funny story to finish off on. And it's one of those stories where it's funny, but it shouldn't be funny. It's a bit of wicked humour, right? It's not funny for the people involved. But I don't know the people involved. If I knew the people involved, I wouldn't laugh at this, right? But I don't know the people involved. They're completely anonymous to me. I didn't like your other name. Why didn't I like your other name? I don't remember not liking your other name. What was your other name? Terry's saying the same thing. Oh, it was just X. Oh, it's not I didn't like it. I just suddenly thought, oh, hang on a minute, who's this joining? I thought it might have been a bloke that was gonna be a bit naughty. Right, anyway, so funny story, and then I'm gonna go, all right? My sister was, this isn't the funny bit. My sister was in hospital, right? And it was her birthday on Sunday. And as a result, I was umming and ahhing about where to send the card, and I didn't actually do anything in the end. So my poor sister didn't get a card on her birthday. And I felt rotten about it. Anyway, that's just the introduction to the story. So I posted a card on Moonpig and some flowers for her from Jack. And we were on FaceTime when it arrived, and she opened the flowers up and said, oh, they're lovely. And then she opened the card and said, what? And they'd sent the wrong card to my sister. And in this card, it was addressed to somebody called Phoebe. And this guy had obviously done something, and they'd broken up as a result of, I can't remember his name, but they'd broken up as a result of it. I reckon he probably cheated on her. But it was this big card, and the whole card was full of this apology letter. Right, and my sister and I were reading this apology letter, and we were laughing our heads off. Right, which is, I know, if, as I said, if I'd known the people involved, I wouldn't laugh, but it was funny. So he's like, I'm really sorry. I know I've done wrong, this, that, and the other. But he'd misspelt loads of words, and the whole card was full of this apology note. And he goes, you know, I love your family. I want us to spend the rest of our lives together. And I know I've messed up. And I love your carbonara. It's the best carbonara in the world. And I can't explain to you why it was funny, but it was his groveling apology, right, in this, and the way that it was worded. And I wish I had it to read it out to you, but it was when he said, your carbonara is the best carbonara. Like, that is going to somehow make things better. That she's going to go back with him because he said that her carbonara was the best he'd ever tasted. And me and my sister were in hysterics. We were in absolute hysterics. So anyway, if somebody called Phoebe is watching, and your partner has cheated on you recently, and you got a card saying happy birthday, lots of love from Jack, Ali and Mick, right? I'm really sorry to be laughing at your misfortune, but the card was very funny, and it did actually make us all howl laughing. And I would say you probably made the right decision reading his apology, but, you know, good on him for trying. I don't think he will have succeeded to have him sent her a birthday card saying happy birthday from Ali, Jack and Mick, and a bunch of flowers. See, it was the same flowers, I reckon. But there you go. It just made us giggle. Anyway, I shall speak to you all soon. I will get going and make up the other eye. And I'll see you all soon. Take care. Love you all. Mwah. Don't forget to like the live.